Good morning, dear students. In this video lecture, you all will be studying the unitary method and variation. As you all can see the word unitary. Unitary means unit, something having unit and the suffix ARY is added. Unit means what? One. So in this chapter, what we are going to do, that we have to convert certain values or price or some quantities into one quantity with respect to the other, and then we will try to find out the values of remaining quantities. Now variation means change. Variation means change. These are the literal meaning of the words. Unit means one, variation means change. Now let's understand each of the things, both the things one by one. Suppose I tell you the cost of 10 marker is equal to rupees 100, then find the cost of 150 markers. What I said? Cost of 10 markers is equal to rupees 100. Find the cost of 150 markers. This is what I said. Now you try to understand, if the cost of one marker is 100, then the cost of 2 markers, 20 markers, will the price, this means cost is directly proportional to price. Cost of number of markers is directly proportional to price. Cost of 10 markers is equal to this. So number of markers, so cost, total cost is directly proportional to number of markers. If one marker costs 10, then 2 marker will cost 20, 3 markers 30, 4 markers 40. So what you are observing, that if quantity is increasing, then price, total price is also increasing. There will be a situation when quantities will increase and the other quantity will decrease, not the price, other quantity will increase. So quantity is increasing. In this case, if my quantity will increase, the total price will also increase. So this type of relation is called, this type of change is called as direct change. Direct change, or it is said as directly proportional relation. So in this case, what I said, when quantity increases, price, total price also increases. So this type of change, this type of variation is said to be direct change or direct variation, or in another word, it is called as directly proportional relation. Now for this question, what will be the cost of one marker? Cost of one marker will be equal to 100 by 10, that means rupees 10, correct? So what I did, I was knowing the cost of 10 markers. Is equal to rupees 100. Then I found out first one marker of cost of one marker. Then I will find out the cost of 150 markers. So cost of 150, total cost of 150 markers will be equal to rupees 10 into 150. That means 1500. So in this way, I'm just trying to make you understand that if I have cost of n quantities, then I have to find the cost of one quantity and then find the cost of the desired number of quantities. Here cost of 10 marker was equal to 100, cost of 150 markers we were supposed to find out. So what I did, first I found the cost of one marker. That one means here what? It is unit marker. That is why it is called as unitary method. So unit marker cost is equal to rupees 10. Then cost of 150 marker is equal to rupees 1500. Now this change variation, for this variation I just gave you. See, one marker cost 10. Then 150 marker cost how much? 100, 1500. That means it is a direct relation, direct relation. So in terms of physics or chemistry or in maths also sometimes, means most of the times, what we can write, that this terms can be represented as cost quantity is directly proportional to price or total cost, not price, total cost. So this is called direct relation. Now here indirect relation. For an example, if I have an agricultural field in which if I employ 10 workers, they will be able to finish the work in 5 days. 10 workers can finish the work in 5 days, correct? Now if I want the work to be done fast, I don't want to my work should be finished in 5 days, I want that it should be finished within 5 days. Let's say it should be finished in 3 days. If I want the work to be done in 3 days, then definitely I have to increase number of men I have to increase, then only I will be able to get the desired output. 10 workers, 5 days. Now I want the work should be completed in 3 days, so definitely 10 workers will not be able to finish those work because their efficiency is not going to increase. The duration they will work is same amount of time they will be working, there won't be any change in the condition, but my requirement has changed that now you have to finish, my dear, 3 days. Then what you will do, you have to obviously increase, that means 10 men plus certain men will come here, increase in value. So which type of relation is here? 10 men, 5 days, 3 days, that means decrease in quantity, increase in number of person, number of days decreased. So this type of relation is called indirect relation, or you say indirect variation, or it is also termed as indirectly proportional variation. Indirectly proportional variations. Now the symbol here for directly proportional, I was having this symbol. For indirectly also I will be having same. So I will be writing number of men is inversely proportional. That is, this is proportional symbol actually, but we will read it as inversely proportional to number of days. So this is the relation, number of men inversely proportional to 1 by number of days. Here quantity directly proportional to total cost. So this symbol is called as proportional symbol. Okay, proportional symbol. If one quantity is increasing, other quantity is also increasing, then it will be read as directly proportional. If one quantity is increasing, the other quantity is decreasing, then this symbol will be read as inversely proportional, and the quantity will come in denominator. Here both the quantities will remain in the numerator. So now I will give you these two formulas in the new board once again. Now this thing which I taught you here right now, proportional symbol and read as directly proportional, indirectly proportional, these three things you will not find in your textbook, the present textbook, okay? But I am teaching you all this so that it will help you in your physics and chemistry, be it be in this class or in higher class, in class 8. So you should be aware of the symbols and how do we read this and how do we apply, how to solve, how to use this symbol. That is why I just taught you here, so that it will be helpful, it will be beneficial for you in higher class, in class 8, 9 onwards. Now this is read as proportional and A directly proportional B. We read this as A directly proportional, read as, it will be read as A directly proportional B. This will be read as A inversely proportional, indirectly proportional or inversely proportional to B. Okay, read as proportional, directly proportional, indirectly proportional, or for here we say directly proportional. For this terms we say inversely also, inversely proportional. Okay, inversely proportional. Now we will see methods to solve the problems. Methods to solve the problems. Now, what are the methods? First method, let's take with an example. Like from our exercise only, we have one question. Cost of 7 kg of sugar, 7 kg sugar cost rupees 140. Then what is the cost of 10 kg sugar? So 7 kg sugar costs rupees 140. Then find cost of 10 kg. Find cost of 10 kg. Now for this we are having 2 to 3 methods. All the 3 methods I will be discussing here. First we will go by unitary method. Unitary method. Method 1, M1, unitary method. Now here, as you know, 7 kg cost 140. Then what will be the cost of 1 kg? 1 kg sugar cost is equal to total cost by 7. That means rupees 20, correct? Now you have to find out the cost of 10 kg. Cost of 10 kg sugar is equal to rupees 20 multiplied with 10 is equal to rupees 200. This is unitary method. Now second method I will be here discussing here based on variation method. Now here cost is directly proportional to price, so I can write weight directly proportional to cost. So to remove this constant of proportionality, this is method 2 by using proportionality symbol. So weight is directly proportional to cost, so I can write weight is equal to k times of cost. Okay, to remove this proportionality we will be using equal to symbol. So we have to use equal to symbol and then put one constant k. K is here constant. Now weight is equal to k into cost. So our task will be to find the value of k. Value of k will be equal to weight upon cost. So this will be equal to weight is 140. Sorry, weight is 7 kg, right? 7 upon 140. 120. 1 by 20. Now after getting the value of k, what we have to do? We have to substitute the value of k in equation 1. If it is equation 1 we have name, then we will put the value of k in equation 1. So W, that is weight, is equal to 1 by 20 into cost. So 1 by 20 into cost is how much? We don't know, we have to find. So we can write cost this side. Weight is how much? 10 kg. 10. So therefore cost will be equal to 10 into 20 is equal to rupees 200. Now right now you may be saying, sir, this method you will obviously all of you will say that, sir, this method is very easy and convenient. Yes, I agree to that, but this method is helpful in higher class. It will give you the correct idea and very easily you will be able to solve when you will be having some complicated numericals. So right now, as according to this question, according to the solution and according to your syllabus, this part is very easy. You can very well solve and very easily with 2 to 4 lines, not more than that. Here you have to see some new lines, new words are there. Because of that you may feel that, so this process is lengthy, we should not go by this method. Okay, if you feel you should not go, no problem, but I taught you here to understand that how we are going to use the proportional symbol and how we are going to solve the complicated numericals. Now third method is by finding the multiplying factor. Now in case of, we have two types of multiplying factors. First multiplying factors comes for direct relation and the other multiplying factor comes for indirect relation. So since we are dealing direct relation, so I will be giving you multiplying factor for multiplying factor for direct relation. Direct relation. Okay, for direct relation we have multiplying factor as final value final upon original. Wow, what is final and what is original? From the question you see which two quantities are given. Here kg is given, here also kg is given. So these two will be used in the multiplying factor. Which two same quantities, which two same unit, or same quantity is given, that we are going to use. Unit is kg, here also we are having kg. Now final, for whose we have to find? We have to find the cost of 10 kg. That means it is final. This is the initial value, it is already given. The thing which is given is called initial right now, so it will be final. So the multiplying factor will become 10 upon 7. Okay, multiplying factor will become final upon original is 10 by 7. Now cost will be equal to multiplying factor into the price given. So multiplying factor is 10 by 7 multiplied with 140. So you will get again here rupees 200. I hope this method also you all will like. You all will like this method. You all will like this method. But you will not opt this method because of this 2-3 lines, extra lines. But here the drawback of this method is that when you will be having another multiplying factor, then during exam time, out of pressure, due to lot of pressure in math during that examination hall, there is a chance that you will miss this multiplying factor. Instead of writing final upon original, you may write original upon final, and if you do such thing, then your entire solution will be wrong. So I would suggest you go by this method or go by this method. And one more method I will be teaching right now, proportional method. Okay, that is also called as proportional method, but by using symbols I have shown. Now next thing again, if you want M4, it is same only, but we are not going to derive the formula and then substitute the values. Directly we will write. How we are going to use ratio and proportion chapter we all have studied, and we have seen that proportion means equality of two ratios. Now ratio means what? It is a ratio of similar quantities. Ratio is always calculated for similar quantities. So here we are having 7 kg and 10 kg. So I will write 7 upon 10 is equal to 140. For 7 we are having 140. So I will write rupees 140 upon rupees x. Rupees cancelled. Now you see x will be equal to, after cross multiplying, 7x is equal to 140 into 10. X will be equal to 140 into 10 by 7. 7 2s are 40, 20. So it will be rupees 200. So this will be your answer. So proportional symbol, directly if you are going to use similar quantities, you keep it one side, and whatever numerals, for 7 kg we are having 140. So for in front of 7 you will write 140. In front of 10 you don't know, you have to find, so you will write x, and then you will calculate the value. So you will get this. I hope it is clear. Now from the next question I will be dealing in any of the two methods, not all the 4 methods. You all will practice other remaining. Now to understand inversely proportional relation, inversely proportional. Okay, second type of question that we have. First one I saw was directly proportional, in which price and kg was directly proportional. Here I will be dealing inversely proportional with method 1. Now let's take, suppose we have one question. Let's have one question from exercise 6, question number 6, subpart 1. Okay, in that it is given 3 men can complete a work in 8 days. In how many days will 4 men do the work? 3 men, question number 6. Okay, question number 6. 3 men can do a job in 8 days. Then 4 men will complete in how many days? 3 men can do a job in 8 days. 4 men can complete the job in how many days? This is what we have to find. So first method was to find out unitary method. So unitary method I am going. Unitary method. Right. Here we are writing. Here I am to write unitary method, method 1. In unitary method, what we have done, we have to find the 1 day work. Here 3 men can do in 8 days. So in one, if 1 man is employed to do the work, don't you think it is an inverse relation? Number of men will increase, number of days will decrease. One quantity will increase, the other quantity has to decrease, quantity of work. So it is an inverse relation. So 3 men can complete the work in 8 days. So one man will do the job in one man can do the job in 8 into 3. Do the job is equal to in 8 into 3 days. That means total 24 days he will take. How many days? If one man will do the job, he will take 24 days, because 3 men can do the job in 8 days. So obviously when one man has to do the work, he will take more number of days, and for more number of days we have to multiply. So here I have multiplied. Now 4 men can do the job in less number of days. If one man can do a job in 24 days, so 2 men will do in 12 days, 3 men will do in 8 days, again 4 men will do in how many days? Let's see. Is equal to 4 men can do the job in 24 by 4 days. Division, because when one man has to do, number of days has to increase. When number of men will increase, number of days will decrease. So it will be equal to 6 days. So your answer will be 6 days. This was method 1. Now method 2 says that, what was that method? Proportional relation. Okay. So here number of men is inversely proportional to number of days. To remove this proportionality, I will be writing number of men is equal to K upon number of days. Now we have to find the value of K. So K will be equal to number of men into number of days. Now this value I have to put here, correct? As I have told you in the earlier case, that after finding the value of K, you have to substitute the value in equation, not here, sorry. You have to put the value in the given equation here. So here it will be number of men, okay, this is inversely proportional. No need to find this value. Why to find K in this form? We can find the value by substituting the values. No? Number of men is how many? Number of men 3. 3 is equal to K upon 8. So from here K is equal to 8 into 3, that is 24. You got the value of K. Now you have to put the value of numerical value of K. I was putting the formula only. So here number of men is equal to K. K is how much? 24 by number of days. Now second part, 4 men. 4 men means here number of men is equal to 4. 24 number of days. So number of days is equal to 24 by 4. That means 6 days. Okay, same thing my dear students. We have to first write, we have to prove equal to K value, the numerical value from first statement we will write and get the value of K. We will substitute here and then we will solve. This was method 2. Now method 3 is like, which method I told? Method 3, it was a proportional ratio multiplying factor. In multiplying factor, for this inverse relation, what we have, it is given by original upon final. There we were having final upon original. Here we are having original upon final. It is same like the multiplying factor in speed time distance. When we convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, we used to multiply by 18 by 5. And when we used to convert kilometer into meter per second, we used to multiply by 5 by 18. Same is the case here. When we go for direct proportional, we will go by final upon original. Whereas when we go for inverse relation, we will go upon original upon final. So what will be my multiplying factor? Multiplying factor will be original. What is my original here? 3. 3 number of men, because similar quantity we have to take. Now men, days we cannot take. So 3 men, this is the original. Final is 4. So 3 by 4. Now number of days is equal to 3 by 4 into how many? 8 days. Now if you see, here also we had same here, na? K is equal to 3 into 24, same here. Here see what is there? Same thing we are doing. There is nothing changed, but only the methods are changing, the process are changing. Here we have to find the constant value. There we are directly putting multiplying factor and getting the value. Now method 4 was unitary method. No, sorry, proportional method. Proportional. Okay, this is also proportional, means this was based on symbol, replacing the symbol with a K, and here we are using proportional. Now proportional, what I said, men ratio, that means 3 upon 4 is equal to 8 days. In front of 3 we are having 8, so I will be writing 8 upon x. So x will be equal to 8 into 4, and here it will be 3x, cross multiplication, x will be equal to 8 into 4 by 3. 8 into 4, inversely proportional, no? Original by final. What is my original value? Original value is 3. 3 by 4 is equal to 4x upon 8. Where we are going to use inverse relation. It is not directly relation. So for 3 unknown, 4 into known value. So here it will be 4x is equal to 8 into 3 by x is equal to 8 into 3 by 4. That means 6 days. In case of direct relation, we were having same ratio, and whatever quantity was there, we used to write in front of that. But in case of inverse, everything is going to be opposite. Here 3 by 4 will remain, so the other quantity will be 8 upon x value. So in this way, we finished our question number 6, subpart 1, with the help of all the 4 methods. Now I will be solving only using unitary method and multiplying factor method. These 2 methods you all will practice. And for your information, it is not necessary that you have to solve all the sums in your whichever sum you get in exam related to this chapter. You all are not supposed to solve using all the 4 methods. Any method you can use, whichever method you like, you can use and then solve in your test papers, in your examination papers. If they have asked that using unitary method only, then you are bound to use this one. Or you make use of multiplying factor and then solve, then you are bound to use this method. Or if they use proportional method, then you are bound to use this one. Obviously they will not ask this method. They may ask either unitary method, using unitary method, or by using multiplying factor method, or by using proportional method. But I think they will not put you into such a dilemma. They will be giving you direct question and they will ask you to find out. They will not restrict the method. Now question number 4 we will solve. A clock loses 20 seconds in 4 days. Question number 4 says that a clock loses 20 seconds in 4 days. So 20 seconds loss in 4 days. Fine. So how many seconds will be lost in a week? A week means 7 days, correct? Now using unitary method, what we have to do? 20 seconds, 4 days. So 1 second will be lost in how many days? Obviously it will be lost in less number of days. So 1 second lost is equal to 4 days upon 20, correct? Now how many seconds are there? How many seconds will be lost in 7 days? So you can just inverse it. 4 days, 20 seconds. 4 days in 4 days, 20 seconds. So in 1 day, how many seconds? 20 by 4. Now in 7 days. 7 days, how many seconds? In 7 days, number of seconds will be equal to 20 by 4 already given into 7. You have to multiply 7 there. 4 5s are 20, 35 seconds. So once again I will repeat, in 20 seconds, clock loses 20 seconds in 4 days. How many seconds will be lost in 7 days? So first I will find out in 1 day how many seconds are being lost. So 4 days in 20 seconds. In 4 days 20 seconds. In 1 day how many seconds? In 4 days 20 seconds. In 1 day 20 by 4. In 7 days 20 by 4 into 7. This was unitary method. Now multiplying factor method, if you apply multiplying factor. So what does it say? Multiplying factor, MF is equal to, it is direct relation, so it will be same original upon final, final upon original. What is my final? Final is my 7 days. Here we are having days quantity, so I will take that only, 7 by 4. Now number of seconds lost is equal to 7 by 4 into how many? 20. So 4 5s are 20, 35 seconds. Same if you want, this is method 1, M1, this is M2. Now M3 if you want, using proportional. So you will be writing proportional of 4 by 7 is equal to 20 by x. X will be equal to 20 into 7 by 4. Again 35 seconds. So all these two methods are easy. This method is also easy. Now next question we are having, question number 5. Question number 5 says that in how many, what is that question? Question says that where is that question? No, not question number 5, sorry. We have to see question number 8. 8 people consumes a stock in 30 days. Question number 8. These all were two questions I discussed for direct relation. One question I will be discussing indirect relation, and the other already I have discussed. So in 8 days, 30 people can finish a stock. In 8 people can finish a stock in 30 days. Then find in how many people will finish the stock in 20 days. So we have to find number of people. See, 8 people, 30 days. Now let's take an example. Suppose I have invited 10 people and I have done the arrangement for 10 people, correct? For food and all. Now suddenly number of people increase, then what I have to do? If number of people has increased, definitely I cannot send them go away, I have not called you. I have not invited, though they have come, so I have to provide them food. So what I have to do? I have to buy more food in that case. So here is the same case. The quality, the food that I have kept, that the person has kept in his hostel or some other functions, they invited 8 people and they thought that these people will stay for 30 days, I will be able to manage. But suddenly number of people increase and the stock is going to be finished in 20 days. So how many people have come or increased or whatever it is, we have to find. So it is an inverse relation. So in inverse relation, if we go by multiplying factor, MF method, so what is that multiplying factor? Multiplying factor is equal to original by final. So what is my original value here? Original is 30. So 30 by 20. This is my multiplying factor. Number of people is equal to 30 by 20 into 8. 4 2s are 8, 4 5s are 20, 5 6 are, so this will be equal to 12 people. So this is based on multiplying factor. Now unitary method you all will apply and then solve, or else let me solve here only using unitary method. So 8 people can finish in 30 days. So 1 people will take 30 into 8 days. So how many people we want? We want x number of people. So x number of people will be equal to 20 by 30 into 8. 8 people in 30 days, 1 people in how many days? 30 people in 30 days, 8 people can consume in 1 day. How many people? 8 by 30. So in 20 days, it will be 8 by 30 into 20. 16 by 3, why we are getting 16 by 3? We should get 12 here. So in 30 days, we are having 8 people in 1 day. It will be 8 by 30, 30 by 8 now. 30 by 8. So here 20 days will be 30 by 8 into 20.